Hey everybody! I'm so glad you're all here. I see Ayana is typing in saying she doesn't know where her camera is. She's listening and can talk only. Um, this is actually not something that you can interact with, Ayana, except through chatting online, chatting in. I'm going to adjust my lighting a little here. I'm so excited everybody's joining. Super fun. So this is my third live YouTube event, and the last two went really awesome, and so I'm excited. Oh, no picture. Diana is saying there's no picture. There should be. I'm not sure. So you guys can't see the screen? I'm just going to check. Yeah, I see that. I can see it when I go look on my website. Okay, great. That's what you should be seeing. I'm not sure why you don't have a picture, Diana. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get going since it looks like I'm not sure. Okay, great. So you see me. Okay, so I'm going to start, and we are going to use the Watercolor Wings stamp set. I'm super excited about using this stamp set because it is one of the favorites out there. And just going to adjust my lighting a little bit. So my windows are open. It's really hot here today in sunny California. It's 95 degrees. So just so you know, you'll hear my dogs and people driving by and stuff like that because all my windows are open. So unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that. We have to keep the house open in order to keep it cool. And so that's what's going on. Okay, so we're going to get started. And I have just a piece of Whisper White cardstock here, and it's cut at, well, it doesn't really matter what it's cut at because of what I'm doing. So I'm just going to be stamping with the Watercolor Wings. The cool thing about this stamp set is that it has several different layers. So it's called what we refer to as two-step stamping or three-step stamping. So in this case, it's 3 steps because you get these different stamp sets that you're able to layer, stamp pieces, I'm sorry, that you're able to layer on top of each other, and that creates a really cool effect. So I'm going to show you how that's done, and we're going to create a really beautiful butterfly to start off with. So I'm going to use a really light color pink. This is Pink Pirouette for my base of my butterfly. And this obviously does not look like a realistic butterfly because I've never seen a all pink butterfly, but that's the beauty of stamping. I can have a butterfly any old color I want. And I'm going to use my paper piercing mat to put my paper on top of, because when you use photopolymer stamps, it stamps so much nicer if you use a paper piercing mat underneath. Took me a while to catch on to that. Okay, so I'm stamping down, and you can just barely see that. In fact, I don't know if you guys can even see it at home. It's a really light, it's like a pink shadow. And then I'm going to use the next step stamp. And I'm going to stamp in Melon Mambo, which is one of my all-time favorite Stampin' Up! Colors. I love pink. I'm a pink girl, so this color makes me happy. I'd be heartbroken if they ever got rid of it. Okay, so I'm going to have to pull this towards me because what I'm trying to do here is layer on top of what I've already stamped. And because it's so light, I have to really look right down on top of it, and my camera doesn't allow for me to do that. So now I've got this beautiful Melon Mambo design going around my other pink image. I don't know if you can see that pink underneath. That's gorgeous. It's really pretty in person. I'm actually very disappointed it's not showing up as good. And then I have Rose Red, which is our darkest pink color, and it's kind of like a red pink. And I'm just going to ink it up and line it up right here in the center and stamp it down. So I end up with this gorgeous butterfly that I just love. And now we've got to add some color to the middle because he doesn't quite, or she doesn't quite look like a butterfly yet. So this set comes with all the inside workings of a butterfly. And instead of making a black center, I'm going to use our new color, Tip Top Taupe. Ink it up here and stamp. And then, of course, our butterfly needs antennas. Okay, I'm going to have to poke my head into the screen. Sorry, guys. Alright, so now I have these beautiful antennas and beautiful butterfly. I absolutely love this. It's coming out gorgeous. So now we're going to cut it out. And you can purchase the bold butterflies framelits to go with this set. And since we're talking about purchasing, if you need any Stampin' Up! Products, I would love for you to order it from me. You will get a free gift in the mail from me. And there is no host code. You can just go right online and order in my online store if you're on my website, or you can go to my website, my blog, and place your order there. I'm working on a really, really big goal for the end of the Stampin' Up! Year, which happens to end on June 30th. So I don't have much time left to reach this goal, and it's a lofty one, guys. So I need every single order I can possibly get. I'm to the point of just begging now. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm cutting my butterfly out, and I just realized I already stamped her little antennae, and they're going to get cut off. But that's okay. We'll re-stamp them, and I'll show you how. Okay, so you get that lined up the way I want it, and then I'm just going to crank it through the big shot. And I have my beautiful butterfly all cut out. Now we need to turn this into a card, right? So let's see. Here's a little tip for you. I have this little plastic tote, and I keep cut card bases ready to go and envelopes in this. I have white and I have crumb cake. So I just really love this as a quick way to grab stuff and be ready to stamp. And I'll show you the one in crumb cake. That's this one. These are note cards and envelopes that you can, I have a spider friend hanging out up there. Gross. These are note cards that you can purchase in my online store, and they are just 3.5 by 5-inch cards, which are the perfect size for sending a cute little card to somebody. And they're already pre-cut and ready to go, which is my favorite part about them. So I'm just going to, sometimes you have to line them up a little bit, and then I always use my bone folder so that I have a nice, solid, clean fold. And then I'm going to go ahead and add a few fun things to this stamp, or to this card. So I'm going to bend my butterfly just a little bit so her wings are popping up off the paper. And I want to add some texture to the background here. So I'm going to use this stamp that comes in the Watercolor Wings stamp set. And I'm going to use my crumb cake ink. And I actually need a piece of scratch paper. Let me grab one. We'll just use this. I'm going to go ahead and just, I've gotten my stamp is on here crooked. Hold on. Let me put it straight. Or somewhat straight. It was on there really bad. Now it's bent. This is the thing that I struggle with photopolymer, is they actually bend. The stamp sets, you can bend them, so that's a good and a bad thing. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp all the way across twice, leaving a space in between. And so now I have a little bit of texture in the background there. And then I've got a really beautiful sentiment that I'm going to go ahead and use my Tip Top Taupe to stamp, which is "You are so kind." I'll stamp that right here at the bottom. And then I need my dimensionals, my trusty dimensionals, to add my butterfly, just like so. And then remember about those antennae. I'm going to go ahead and add those back on just by stamping right above the butterfly. And so now I've got this beautiful butterfly card all finished and ready to go to give to somebody. And it was so simple, right? I mean, I would love to get this card in the mail, and I'm excited to send it to somebody in the mail. It's really pretty. I like how it turned out. So that's our first project or card. I have another one for you. Make sure that you guys, if you have questions, make sure that you're chatting in and asking your questions or sharing anything you'd like to share with us in the chat box on your right-hand side of your screen. And then I can answer them as we go. I'll look over and answer them. Okay, so our next project, actually I'm just going to leave this up here so you guys can see it. So our next project is another fun one using probably my second most favorite color. And this is a new color that Stampin' Up! Came out with this year, and I absolutely love it. It is, like I said, one of my favorite colors ever. It is the Watermelon Wonder. I love the color Coral. Coral is one of my favorite, I'm going to move this over. Coral is one of my favorite colors on earth. It's got that orangey pink feel, and this just is like the perfect coral. It's a little bit darker and deeper than Calypso Coral ink, and it's not as pinky as Melon Mambo. It is just, I just love it. And when my daughter was little, I dressed her in this color all the time. Anything that had coral in it, I would purchase. So I love this color, and I'm excited to use it for you today. So this is a cutout from the Fry box die. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a couple cute tricks of things that you can do with this Fry box. So first, I'm simply folding on all the score lines to just make it so it will fold closed. And then before we got started here today, I had already cut out a layer to go on the inside piece here of my Fry box. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to use my paper snips that are missing. Where are my paper snips? Okay, well, I have an extra set because I have a favorite set of paper snips. I know, I'm crazy. This is not my favorite set. Okay, so I'm just going to trim out like this because we don't need anything down there at the bottom. Actually, we're going to trim it all the way. We just want to be able to see the decoration up at the top. So I'm going to go ahead and fold this so I know where my fold lines are. And all I did to get this piece was I just put it on the die. I just put the piece of paper on the die at the top so that I wasn't cutting the entire piece. Okay, so it only cut out this top piece. Then I'm just going to use my snail adhesive, and this paper is from the In Color Designer Series paper pack. It's a nice big stack of 12 by 12 paper that would give you enough paper to last a lifetime, probably. It's a huge stack of paper. All right, so we're lining this up, and that's set to go. Now I have this beautifully lined fry box ready to go. And before we do anything else, I'm going to turn it over, and we are going to be using the new All About Sugar stamp set. Isn't this cute? This stamp set was designed to coordinate with this die, and I have actually not used it yet, so I'm very excited to use it with you today. Do you guys hear that mockingbird outside of my house? They are so loud. I don't know if any of you have mockingbirds where you live, but we have them here, and this time of year they are just insanely obnoxious. I don't know if you've seen that movie Failure to Launch with Matthew McConaughey and Sarah Jessica Parker, but it is one of those movies. It's hysterical because there's a mockingbird that lives outside the bedroom window, and they're always trying to kill it, and they're endangered or something, and they're not allowed to kill it, basically. Anyway, it's a funny movie if you get to see it, and we can relate. We understand how she feels. Okay, so I'm just inking up this piece that's designed to go right here, and I have to just pull it towards me a little bit so that I can see where I'm stamping. And this is just going to decorate the front. Oh, I missed a little there. That's all right, we're going to cover it. This is just going to decorate the front of my fry box. So isn't that cute? It makes it striped. All right, we have this brand new stuff called tear tape. This is what we used to have. We used to have sticky strip. This is sticky strip. It's got a red backing, and it's very static clingy. It clings to your hands when you peel it off, and it's a big pain in the hind end. So we have this now, tear tape. I've never used it before. This is my first time. Probably isn't the best idea to use it on film for the first time, but you'll get my real reaction. So first I need to see how I'm going to line this up. So I'm just kind of checking it out here. And the front flaps go over the back flaps. So basically you want to line them up so that the bottoms match on this die. And if you do that, it'll go together very nice. So we're going to stick some tear tape down here. And I'm not sure if the reason it's called tear tape, does it just tear? Oh, it does. Look at that. Oh, Lord heavens, this is already easier. I'm digging it, because that's the one thing I hate about sticky strip is like you've got your hands full, and then you're trying to figure out how to cut, and it's frustrating. So I like the fact that this just tears. Now we're going to put it to the test and see if it's as sticky as sticky strip. Because I have to tell you, as frustrated as sticky strip can make me, it is something that I love because I used to call it the mother of all adhesives. The mother of all adhesives. Because it was so sticky, it held anything together. So I'm hoping that this is the same way, and then I'm going to be over the moon excited about it. So far, I really like the fact that it's not sticking to my fingers when I peel it off. That's something that I hated about sticky strip. So I'm just able to peel, and look, it falls right off. It's not sticking to my hands, so I love that. Okay, so there's my pieces. So now we're going to line it up at the bottom here and stick it. All right, let's see. Yep, it's stuck. It's on there snug. And I actually have some showing in here, which isn't good. And you can see how sticky it is. So I'm pleased. Yay! I'm very happy with it. I love it. So new product on my list that I absolutely love. That makes me happy always. So let's decorate the front of this box, shall we? It's always fun to decorate. So I'm going to go with staying monochromatic, stamping color on color. And this stamp set has a lot of really cute things, it says here. But I think I'm going to go with the For You sentiment because it looks to me like I can punch it with my washi tape punch. And that makes me excited. Let me get a piece of Whisper White cardstock here. And we have sirens going by. Awesome. We rarely have sirens where I live, so it would stand to reason. Sorry, I'm doing that off camera. Sorry about that, guys. It would stand to reason that I would have sirens during my live event because we rarely have those. That makes perfect sense. All right, so now let's punch this guy out. This is the new washi tape punch. Super cute. And then I think what I'm going to do, in order to bring back in some more of this paper, is I'm just going to punch a scallop circle to go underneath it. Wonder if that's going to cover up my lines. Yeah, a little bit, but I still like it. I think I'm going to go with it. Okay. So now I'm just going to add some dimensionals there. And then we need dimensionals for the back of this guy. I'm going to do 2. And I'm going to give these to my sweet Stamp Club ladies that come to my house every month. I would love to give it to everybody that's in my Stamp Club, but I'm not sure how I would mail this without it being a big mess. So how cute is that? All right, we're not done. I have one more thing up my sleeve, and I learned this from my sweet friend Angie Judah. She is a really awesome Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And now I have a helicopter flying overhead, and that really never happens. There must have been an accident. I feel like every time I hear like helicopter sirens, I always feel like I should pray for the people, whoever is involved, because it just makes my heart sad. Okay, so this is that helicopter's loud. Can you guys hear it? I can't believe this is happening right in the middle of my thing. It never happened. Never, ever, ever do we have a helicopter fly over. Okay, so anyway, this is a handheld paper shredder. It's manual. You just pump it like this to shred the paper. This is something I learned from my friend Angie. You can get this online on Amazon, this paper shredder, and it's fairly inexpensive. I think it was like $25. So here's what it does. This is the awesome part about it. You just take paper and stick it in, and you can do a whole 8.5 by 11 sheet. 8.5 piece of paper will fit across here. So I'm just going to run it through. I'm going to do another one. And then look at this. Oh, isn't it beautiful? Look at all that beautiful shredded paper. So then, before I take it out, I smush it up, kind of like a salad. And then look. Now I have matching shredded paper for my box to put my candies in. How stinking cute is that? I'm sorry, but it does not get cuter. This is like one of my favorite things ever, is when Angie shreds paper and puts it in her treats. So I copied her because she's brilliant. And so I do shredded paper all the time now because it's so smart and it matches your treat. I love it. So that is my 2 projects for you guys today. My sweet butterfly card and my For You fry box. Remember that you can place an order with me online by just going to my website, www.levinstampin.com, and you'll get a free treat from me. I'll show you what I'm giving. I have 5 of these left. This is a blender pen, a Stampin' spritzer, and a sponge. So the first 5 people to place an order with me will get one of these in the mail. And then I also have a giveaway, because I don't think that we should ever have something like this without a giveaway, right? So my giveaway is a little bit hodgepodge. I've got a stack of paper here, 4x6 paper, that is from the old catalog that we had. This is retired paper. What catalog was this from? The holiday catalog. Okay, so you get this and a cutout of a card that I made on my blog, so you get to make it yourself. We'll stick that right in here. I'm missing something. Oh, I see it. One of my super cute little bags from my paper pumpkin kit, and it's a little happy birthday bag with this really pretty yellow tissue paper to put inside. And then last but not least, I have a roll of beautiful crushed curry striped ribbon. Isn't this pretty? So this is what I'll be giving away. Leave a comment and say, enter me to win, or include me in the drawing, and I will choose a name here before I get offline with you guys. Alright, so I wanted to show you something, because this is something that I did not realize. When I saw it in the catalog, look, I'm going to show you in the catalog, because I think a lot of people will miss this, and so I really want to show this. Okay, so here's the Stampin' Up! Catalog. Let me move these guys out of the way. And in the catalog, in the die cuts, framelets and stuff, there are these super cute framelets right here, tags and labels framelets. So when I looked at this, I thought that I thought these were all different framelets, meaning I thought they cut different shapes. Each one of these cut different shapes. So I was fine with that. I was like, okay, they're cute. So I get them, and they look like this. They come like this, and I'm like, I don't get it. They're the same shapes. What's the deal? Maybe this is just me being blonde. Okay. But I look at them and I'm like, why would you want the same shapes? And then it hits me. Oh, they're for layering. So this shape these are the exact same shapes, but these are just a tiny bit bigger. So when you layer them, when you cut and layer them, the layering is perfect. I'll show you. Do you guys want to see? I bet you want to see. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Let me get my big shot. And I need my cutting pads here. Give me a second. I'm trying not to drop everything all over the floor and make a huge mess. Okay, so here's my big shot. All right, so I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to use the biggest one from this set of dies and the biggest one from this one. Okay? and I'm going to run them through. Tarina says it makes her sad to see me shredding up beautiful designer series paper. It's for a good cause, though, Tarina. Okay, so there's these pieces. I'm going to put these back so I don't end up losing them. I have thrown framelits away before. It's a really sad thing. They get stuck in paper, and then you toss your paper, and then later realize that you've probably thrown away your framelits. That's horrible. Okay, so then now I'm going to take, so remember I used the biggest framelit from these three, and the biggest framelit from these three. Now I'm going to use the biggest framelit from this one, and the biggest framelit from this one. And we are going to cut on Whisper White. I love my magnetic cutting plate. It always holds everything in place so nice. Okay. Okay, let me get all this junk out of the way. All right, let me show you. So check this out. This is how awesome these layer. Actually, I'm not going to stick it down because I want to stamp on these. But look. Look at it. It's a perfect layer. Isn't that cute? And then this set comes with this cute little dot thing so you can lay it right here and cut out a circle. I'll be honest, I'm not sure what that's all about because I just have a hole puncher. So, so I could just hole punch. So I probably will never ever use that little bitty circle, but it was nice of them to include it. Okay, so I'm going to do, now that I've shown you this, this is the tags and labels framelit set. So if you're interested in picking up this framelit set, it's really cool, and it allows you to make these perfectly layered tags that I just love. I think it's going to be super, super cute at Christmas time to make tags using this framelit set. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to bring our little treats back over so you guys can check those out. And then I'm going to do the drawing. So let me go look over here at, I have to go onto the computer. Look, I just ruined a perfectly good piece of Whisper White. Can you even see that? Oh, the lighting is just too... I set it on top of my stamp like a Goomba. Okay, let's see. We're going to do the drawing. And the random winner is, for all these goodies, is Carol Franklin. Carol Franklin, you are the random winner for these goodies. So make sure that you email me at wendy.cranford@live.com in order to get your prize. You need to email me your mailing address in order to get your prize. This is so fun. I'm so glad you guys are here and we got to hang out today. I don't have any more projects for you today. That was it. So just my reminders are, make sure you place an online order with me if you have the chance. And the first 5 people to do that will get this little pack of goodies from me. Also, if you sign up to become a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, between now and June 30th, you get to choose $125 in product. You pay $99 for the kit. The shipping on it is free. And you get to pick 2 free stamp sets of your choice. 2 free stamp sets of your choice. So make sure if you're interested in becoming a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator that you do that. And being a demonstrator does not require you to do anything that you're not already doing. If you stamp and purchase product from Stampin' Up!, you'll just get it at a discount. If you want to make it a business, that's wonderful. You can do that, but it's absolutely not required to do that. You can just order product at a discount, and that's it. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, you'll be part of my awesome team. That's the best part. Ha ha ha. We do lots of fun stuff. We have an exclusive Facebook group, and we hang out a lot. We really are like family, and we cheer each other on. We share our card ideas. We hang out together kind of like this once a month, and we spend time together, and it's just really, really cool. I have team members all over the United States, not just local to me, so most of my stuff is online because everybody's spread out, so it makes it easier for us to get together online just like this. So if you're interested in joining the team, we would love to have you. Make sure that you leave me a comment on this video, and please, if you're watching this video past June 19th, it's no longer live, it's a recording. So right now it's live, but it will be a recording here very shortly, so make sure that you don't leave a comment or think that you're interacting with us, because yeah, we're only live right now, which is going to seem weird when you're watching the recording and I'm saying we're live right now. But after June 19th, 2015, this is just a recording. Does anyone have any questions or things they want to chat about or anything like that before we go? I always love hanging out online. How do you guys like my background? Aww. So one of my team members is on here. Her name's Ayana, and she just chatted in and said, yeah, Wendy is a cool leader. I appreciate that. I try to be. I talk a lot with my hands. I know that much. If you guys have any questions, make sure to chat them in. Oh, I'm glad you like the projects, Laura. They're super fun, aren't they? I love this card. And I really wish you guys at home could see the light pink, because it really does. It's really beautiful. I just wish, I know you can't because it's so subtle. So I'm bummed about that. But I think I'm going to have to make a bunch of these with different color butterflies because it was so much fun. And it's so simple, right? I mean, one stamp set, and I used like 4 ink pads, and it was done. Super easy. It is plywood, Grandma Babe. This is plywood. That's all it is. But it's like a really thin piece that I found at the hardware store, and it is super soft. It's not, I don't know how to explain it. It's like it's been sanded, so it's not all pokey. Ayana said that she told Tina, which is my friend of 20 plus years who lives down the street from me. She's also a demonstrator, so shout out to Katina Martinez at lovinglife'slittle.blessings.com. She said she told her that Macy and her kids would be spoiled rotten if she lived close. That's so sweet. It's so hot here. Is it hot where you guys are? Where's everybody from? I It's so weird because when you do these live events, there's a delay. So you're not hearing me as I'm talking. So then I pause to wait for responses, but then it's just quiet. So it's really weird because it's not the delay is probably only 10 seconds. I don't know if any of you guys have ever talked to anybody overseas, like in the military. But my cousin was in the military. And he spent time in Iraq and in Afghanistan. And whenever he would call or even Skype, there was this delay. So we constantly interrupted each other. I would start to talk. Then he had already started talking, but I didn't know that because there was a delay. It was horrible. But, I mean, it was the only way that we could talk while he was overseas. So you guys are chatting. See, you're just now hearing what I said about the weather. But hey, what great technology we have, huh? I mean, imagine if we couldn't do this. This is so fun. I love it. So Grandma Babe's in Hollister, California, which I already knew because she's actually not my grandmother, for clarification. She's just been a long-time subscriber and follower to my blog and YouTube channel, and we have a funny little honoriness friendship going, and so I call her Grandma Babe. And yeah, it's hot. Ayana it's 69 degrees on the coast in Washington. She's in Washington State. Laura is in Colorado, and we find have no rain after 45. You have had rain for 45 days straight in Colorado? I'm in Southern California, Redlands. It's almost triple digits. Yeah, it's 95 here today, Tarina. How far away is Redlands from Disneyland? I'm curious. Disneyland's one of my favorite places in the whole wide world to visit. I love Disneyland. Iowa! Carrie's online. Hi, Carrie. I love Carrie. She also is one of my longtime followers, and she's on my team, and I consider her a friend, so she's awesome. And it's 80 degrees in Iowa. So Laura said it's rained for 45 days in Colorado. That's, ugh, I wouldn't be able to stand it. I get like weather depression. Do any of you guys get that? It's almost embarrassing saying it because I feel like it shouldn't even be a real thing. But every year, if it rains too much or if there's too much gloominess in the wintertime, which is part of the reason it's wonderful that I live in California, but if there's too much of that, then I get really down in the dumps. It's horrible. And I always wondered why that was. And then a friend of mine told me that it's an actual thing, that there's people who get depressed in the winter because of the weather and rain and stuff. It like affects their mood. And I just thought that was the silliest thing I'd ever heard. But apparently that it's a real thing. So I get that. I have that. Because I can get really, really like down in the wintertime if there's too much rain or too many gloomy days in a row. It really affects me. It's really weird. And I have no control over it. It's like it just happens. And then it takes me a while to get back out of the funk when I get in that funk. I mean, so I've always just forced myself, but it is definitely one of those things that's weird. So Tarina says, are you going to the SU on stage event in San Diego in November? And then Grandma Babe says, Missy, you have seasonal adjustment disease. It's sad. Is that a joke? That's hilarious. Ah, I've never heard of it. Seasonal adjustment disease. It doesn't happen to me with any other season. It's only when we go from fall to winter. And honestly, I think the only other place I could live on Earth is in Arizona because they really don't have a winter. I've come to the conclusion that I probably could not live, or I could live somewhere tropical maybe, but I don't think I could ever live anywhere that I had major winter because it would just. I went to visit my cousin Shannon in Montana um, for like 5 days, and it was horrible. Like it snowed. It was like -6 degrees. It was awful, and I could not wait to come home. It really was hard for me because of the weather. So Tarina, I'm not going in November because I can't. It's too expensive to stay in a hotel in San Diego. I really want to go. I do, but the hotels in San Diego, I like the cheapest I found is $300 a night, and I just can't afford that. So I'm not going, and I don't know anybody. Actually, my sister has a friend that lives in San Diego. Maybe I could room with her. Carrie says, what about Hawaii? Yeah, I could live in Hawaii. In Maui. I couldn't live in Oahu. It's too congested. But I could definitely live in Hawaii. It's beautiful there. And I love the ocean. It's a real disease. I had no idea that's a real thing. Lord help us. That is something. I'm going to have to tell my grandpa about that because he'll just laugh his little hind end off if I tell him I have a sad disease. Well, it really happens. I know that much for sure because I get in a funk and it is horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Does anybody else have any questions, comments, thoughts? So Trina says that hotels are very expensive in San Diego. If you stay away from the convention center near Hotel Circle, about 20 minutes away, hotels are much cheaper. I'm about 2.5 hours away, so I'm not staying the night. I would love to go. That would be wonderful to get to meet you and other demonstrators. I just don't know if I did find airline tickets round trip for like $175. Oh, Ayana's working on Project Life. I have 100. She has 185 pictures to print for Project Life. I'll show you. Do you guys want to see what I'm doing with my Project Life album? I could go get it. I'm gonna go get it. Okay, here's my Project Life album. Let me, hold on. Okay, let me move all this stuff, and then I'll show you. I'm running out of counter space, and I definitely don't want to stick my album in ink, so hold on. I gotta get some of these stamps out of the way, especially the ones that still have ink on them. Okay. I'm really upset that I can't find my favorite pair of paper snips. I don't know where they are. They're around here somewhere. Okay. So here's my album. It's the Stampin' Up! Album. Oh, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this. Okay, I'm going to have to zoom. I think I'm going to have to zoom out on my camera. Hold on. Bear with me. Gosh darn it. Okay. Let me go to my camera and zoom out so you can see more. Okay, there we go. Alright, so you can see more now. So this is how I'm doing my Project Life album. My album, all of my pages are just in inserts. They're not, like I didn't put them together. I don't know how to explain it. I use the app, and then I just have the whole thing printed. So it's so much easier for me. I'll take one out and I'll show you. It's so much easier for me to do it this way because I always have so much going on that Project Life seemed to be the one thing I never could get around to taking care of and doing. And so now I just sit and I do all of my layouts on my phone, my iPhone, and then I upload them and just print them. And so they just come on this printed sheet, and I put them in a 12 by 12 page protector. Eventually, I would like to get to the point where I'm actually doing stuff again, like real scrapbooking or project lifing. But at this point in my life, it's not happening. I have so much going on. So here, let me show you how I do it on my phone. So I have the app. I'm going to zoom in again. So the app's really cheap. It's like $2.99. And let me zoom in a little bit. Okay. So like I said, the app's cheap. It's like $2.99. And you just create your layout using the pictures on your phone, and which is where I take most of my pictures anyway. So I'll do one really quick. Let's see, and here's how I know when the last layouts I did. I scroll, see, there they are. I scroll down until I find the last layouts, and the layouts get saved to my phone. So then all I have to do is go, okay, well, I did layouts there, so everything from there up is what I need to scrapbook. So then I'm going to use this because I went and picked out new furniture for our house. Never have had new furniture before. I can't wait to do the reveal of our living room for you guys. My furniture was supposed to be here 2 weeks ago. We're now going on week 3 of having no furniture because they sold the furniture I picked out to somebody else. Yeah, I was super happy about that, as you can imagine. So, then this is my child with a gigantic moth. So I'll do that. And then over here I'll do a picture of my desk. And this is a picture of the pool. Oh. My daughter diving off the diving board, or the block, swim block. And then I would just add my cards, whichever cards I'm going to use. So I'll just do Everyday Adventure. I lied. I'll do this one. Oh, I love this, watercolor circles. And then here, I'm going to just do like a pretty blank perfect, because then I can just handwrite in my notes. And then I'll go back up and add another. I love this kit. And then I'll add another journaling card that's just blank. So now I can handwrite in my journaling when I get this print, because off the top of my head, I don't know the dates of all this and like what was, you know, I don't know when it was, but I want to add that information. So after I get it printed, I can just type it. So then I just push the little button here, export 12 by 12. It loads, done, and I save the image. So now it's saved to my camera roll. So to print these, all you have to do is click Order Prints, and then create an account, and you can order them right online. It's like $1.99 a print. The ones I have right now that I've already printed are, I'll show you. These were printed in My Digital Studio. So I used the Stampin' Up! My Digital Studio to do this, and they came out great. I love them. So I'll show you a few more. And the beginning of my year is already scrapbooked, and I was able to do this while I sat like at swim practice or in an airport or wherever. Like, that's the best part to me about these, is that you can just be doing whatever, wherever, when you're doing them. I have a lot of time where I'm sitting and waiting on people, waiting on my daughter and stuff like that. And so I can't like lay this all the way flat and show it to you. This is kind of sad. We got this little dog from a friend, and his name's Hank. And when I went to Hawaii with my husband and Macy, he ran away, and he's never come back. And so that was kind of a little sad thing. But he's in our album. And Macy got her hair cut this week, so I did a side-by-side. And this is a perfect example of like the thing that I love about the app. If I was having to hand do this, it would have been a lot more complicated. But with the app, I was able to just drop the two pictures side by side, and you can obviously see the before and after of her hair. And I got new glasses, so that's why I took that picture. And let's see, let me get my other pages out. This is our Easter celebration. And then this is more of Easter pictures. And then on my phone, I have all my images done and ready all the way through May. So I'm caught up. It's just I haven't ordered prints, so I just need to order the prints. But I did our entire Hawaii trip and everything on my way home from Hawaii, which was really cool. I'll show you. So I just sat on the airplane because I had all my pictures, obviously. So I just sat on the airplane and did all. Oh, it's not gonna let me just go through them. I did all my prints. So they say in progress because I need to drop in all of my journaling and my cards. I haven't actually finished all these yet, but all the pictures are there. So I just know that that's done. So pretty awesome. This is 1 week ago. Oh, this was on our way to Hawaii, I think. Yep. So that's my first one that's finished. So yeah, super easy. I love doing it on my phone. So easy. I highly recommend it if you have a busy life and have a hard time getting around to doing your memory keeping. So that's it, everybody. I'm going to go because I promised my beautiful little girl I would take her to the swimming pool today and let her swim with her friends. So I need to get going to do that. And I bid you all a wonderful day and a farewell. And please, like I said, if you can place an order online, I would greatly appreciate it. You can order in my online store at levinstampin.com. Thanks so much for joining me today, you guys. I hope you had a wonderful day. Bye-bye.